Welcome to Biblical Wisdom for today. In this video, we'll explore a vital topic that affects all of us, the power of words. Words can either heal or hurt, and as Christians, we are called to use our speech to uplift and encourage. Drawing from Proverbs 12 verse 18 and other Bible verses, we'll discuss how to be mindful of what we say and avoid the dangers of sarcasm and hurtful language. Here are the 5 subtopics we'll be covering. The power of words to harm and heal. The dangers of sarcasm and cruel humor. Why entertainment encourages harmful speech. How to speak words that build up. Guarding our speech as Christians. Stay with us until the end to learn how we can all use our words more wisely and avoid causing harm with what we say.
Proverbs 12 verse 18 makes a powerful statement about the impact of words. The words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. This verse highlights a truth we often overlook. Our words have the potential to either cut someone deeply or bring them comfort and peace. Words are incredibly powerful. In moments of anger or frustration, we may say things that we regret later. These reckless words, as Proverbs says, can hurt others deeply and sometimes leave wounds that take a long time to heal. On the flip side, words can also bring healing. A kind word, a compliment, or a reassuring statement can make a huge difference in someone's day. It's amazing how something as simple as our speech can change someone's emotional state, helping them feel valued and loved. The Bible repeatedly emphasizes the power of the tongue. James 3 verses 5 to 6 compares the tongue to a small spark that can set a forest on fire, warning us to be cautious about what we say. Words may seem insignificant, but they have far-reaching effects. We all remember moments when someone's words either lifted us up or tore us down. It's important to recognize that our words have the power to shape others' emotions, thoughts, and even their self-worth. As Christians, we are called to be careful with our words. Ephesians 4 verse 29 urges us to not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up. This verse serves as a reminder to always speak with kindness and purpose. How have words impacted you? Sarcasm is often used as a form of humor, but it can easily become harmful. While sarcasm might seem funny in the moment, it can quickly turn into hurtful or disrespectful speech. Proverbs 26 verses 18 to 19 warns against making jokes at the expense of others, likening it to someone who throws firebrands and deadly arrows. The Bible warns us about using cruel humor. Ephesians 4 verse 31 tells us to get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, along with every form of malice. Cruel jokes or sarcastic remarks that belittle others are not in line with the Christ-like love we are called to show. Sarcasm often hides deeper emotions like frustration or bitterness. It's important to examine why we use sarcasm in our conversations. Are we trying to avoid dealing with difficult emotions? Are we masking anger or dissatisfaction? While humor is important, we need to be mindful of how we use it. Joking at someone else's expense may seem harmless, but can cause lasting damage to their self-esteem or relationships. It's possible to be funny without hurting others. Jesus used words to uplift, not tear down. His conversations were filled with wisdom, kindness, and compassion. As Christians, we are called to follow his example in our daily interactions, choosing words that bring healing and encouragement rather than harm. It's important to recognize the long-term effects of sarcastic or cruel humor. While it may seem insignificant at the moment, words have the power to stay with people long after the conversation is over. Choose words that build up and strengthen, not ones that hurt or belittle. Have you experienced the effects of sarcasm in conversations? Share your experiences in the comments. Your insights could help others become more mindful of their own speech. Entertainment often normalizes harmful speech. Many TV shows, movies, and online content glorify sarcastic, biting humor as entertaining. Characters are praised for their quick wit, but often at the expense of others' feelings. The culture of sarcasm in entertainment can influence how we speak. When we're constantly exposed to sarcasm and witty insults as a form of humor, it's easy to start adopting those patterns in our own conversations without realizing the potential harm. We need to be mindful of the media we consume. Philippians 4 verse 8 tells us to focus on what is true, noble, right, pure, and lovely. If the entertainment we're consuming is encouraging us to speak in ways that are hurtful or unkind, it's worth reconsidering whether it aligns with our values. Children and teens are especially vulnerable to this influence. When young people see sarcastic or cruel humor being celebrated in the media, they may think it's acceptable to speak in the same way, not realizing the potential harm it can cause. As Christians, we're called to be different. Romans 12 verse 2 reminds us not to conform to the patterns of this world, but to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. This includes being mindful of how entertainment influences our speech and making choices that reflect our faith. It's important to surround ourselves with positive influences. Just as harmful media can encourage reckless speech, uplifting and thoughtful content can inspire us to speak with kindness and grace. Seek out entertainment that reflects the values of love, compassion, and wisdom. What kind of entertainment influences your speech? The Bible encourages us to use our words for building up, not tearing down. Ephesians 4 verse 29 says, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs." This verse challenges us to speak in ways that encourage and support others. Building others up with our words requires intentionality. It's easy to slip into negative or careless speech, but if we focus on speaking thoughtfully and with love, our words can have a profound impact on those around us. Jesus was the ultimate example of speaking words that build up. In his conversations with others, he offered words of healing, hope, and guidance. Whether he was teaching large crowds or comforting individuals, his words were always filled with love and truth. We can follow Jesus' example in our daily interactions. By choosing words that reflect love, patience, and kindness, we can make a difference in the lives of those around us. Even a small compliment or a kind word can go a long way in lifting someone's spirits. Encouraging words can also help people grow in their faith. When we speak words of encouragement and support, we can help others feel more confident in their spiritual journey. Proverbs 16 verse 24 reminds us that gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Building others up with our words requires practice and mindfulness. It's not always easy to speak kindly, especially in moments of frustration. But by being mindful of our speech and focusing on how our words affect others, we can cultivate a habit of speaking with love and grace. What are some ways you've learned to build others up with your words? As Christians, we have a responsibility to guard our speech. Colossians 4 verse 6 tells us, "Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone." This verse reminds us to speak with wisdom, grace, and respect in every situation. Guarding our speech requires vigilance. In moments of frustration or anger, it's easy to say things we don't mean. But by practicing self-control and focusing on the teachings of the Bible, we can avoid saying things that hurt others or damage our relationships. Prayer can help us guard our speech. Psalm 141 verse 3 says, "Set a guard over my mouth, Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips." Praying for wisdom and guidance in our conversations can help us speak words that are in line with God's will. It's important to apologize when our words hurt others. Even with the best intentions, we sometimes say things that hurt. Recognizing when we've misspoken and offering a sincere apology can go a long way in healing relationships and restoring trust. Guarding our speech also means choosing when to remain silent. Proverbs 17 verse 28 says, "Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues." Sometimes the wisest thing we can say is nothing at all, allowing space for reflection and understanding. Our words should reflect our faith. Matthew 12 verses 36 to 37 reminds us that we will be held accountable for every careless word we speak. As Christians, it's important to speak in ways that reflect our love for God and our commitment to His teachings. How do you guard your speech as a Christian? As we conclude today's video, I hope you feel inspired to use your words for healing, encouragement, and kindness. Our words have the power to shape the world around us, so let's commit to using them wisely and in alignment with God's teachings. Now, I want to leave you with a question. How can you use your words to build others up this week? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your answer might encourage someone else to speak with love and wisdom. And before you go, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our daily videos. Thank you for watching, and God bless.